Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a really captivating story. And chilling, too.
Definitely chilling.
It's a powerful Caribbean legend, unfolds with, well, a lot of drama, but also some surprising history mixed in.
Right.
We've got this account, the Tragedy of Zulmiera, and our mission, is to dig into it, find the key insights, the bits that stick with you.
Yeah.
This isn't just a story, it's an intense journey, love, betrayal, vengeance, and this huge transformation. You won't forget this one.
Indeed. And what's so interesting here is, it's presented as this legend full of emotion and really vivid detail.
Mm-hmm.
But it also brushes up against real places, maybe even real people from history. So we'll be sort of peeling back the layers on Zulmiera.
Trying to understand her choices.
Exactly. Her complex choices, the ripple effects of her actions, and really trying to get the essence of this very dramatic story and its Caribbean roots.
Okay, let's jump right in then. So the story kicks off on this deceptively nice morning. Seems calm.
Right. Sunshine, sweet breeze, the works.
We find Zulmiera. She's with her English friend, Bridget. Just, hanging out.
Seems normal.
But then this white feather appears just over the trees. It's a secret signal.
Okay.
It means her fiancé, Raphe de Merrifield, is nearby. So Zulmiera very carefully makes an excuse.
Sneak off.
Yep, leaves Bridget and meets Raphe by an old tree.
And Raph's clearly upset about something. The text says, strange words she spoke the night before.
Yeah, he's distressed. He immediately wants answers.
And he actually quotes Shakespeare. Show me thy thought. That's intent.
Right, shows how serious it is. She's surprised, but she confesses. Tells him her dark secret.
And the motive comes down to the governor. The great scorn and harshness she felt from him.
Exactly. That sparked this, irresistible feeling of revenge.
And it's not just a personal insult, is it? The legend stresses her background.
Right. She sees herself as a descendant of chieftains, feels she's owed respect.
Which she clearly wasn't getting from the governor. Okay, so that sets the stage for disaster, really.
It really does. This revenge idea starts solidifying when she finds a curious cavern while she's out wandering.
Just stumbles upon it.
Seems so. But she gets spooked, sees a flashing pair of eyes, and runs back.
And then
She's grabbed, seized by a powerful man.
she recognizes him as a crib.
Okay, so this is the turning point. The descent, you could say.
Yeah, the legend really frames it that way. This cave is where her fate twists.
Caves often symbolize that, don't they? Transformation, hidden knowledge. And here, it's where she finds her method for revenge.
But she's terrified, right?
Oh, absolutely. But even in her terror, she thinks fast. She tells him her origin, claims allied blood.
Trying to connect with him.
Yes, playing on that potential shared ancestry, knowing the source says, to such a plea, a Carib's heart is never deaf.
And it works.
It does. He loosens his grip. They start talking in the Carib language, which she learned from her mother.
Wow.
And
Right.
he introduces himself. Chief Quanaboa from Dominica. He's actually on a secret mission.
A mission? What kind? Following tradition, he says. Scouting Antigua for its weakest parts before a big attack planned with other tribes.
So this is way bigger than just Zulmiera and the governor.
Much bigger. In the cave. Quanaboa says it was well known to the tribe in their former predatory visits. It connects her personal quest to this larger conflict immediately.
And Zulmiera sees her chance.
Instantly. An opportunity for her own revenge. She listens eagerly.
But she thinks of Raphe.
She does. She negotiates his safety first. Then she makes this absolutely shocking promise.
To open the doors.
Yes, open the doors of Government House on a specific night. Let Quanaboa and his warriors right in.
That's drastic. Does she really think it'll work?
The text calls it her wild fancy. She seemed to believe, or maybe wanted to believe, that a few half-armed Caribs could actually defeat the English soldiers.
Wow. And what does she want out of it?
Power. She proposes that after the battle she becomes queen and Raphe gets to be king of the Caribbean.
I mean, the Caribbean, that's quite ambitious.
It shows her mindset, maybe her desperation, how revenge can blind you to reality and how personal conflicts can escalate.
Definitely. So they have more meetings after this.
Yes. Several meetings follow. It builds up until the Carib War Party actually arrives. The attack is planned for midnight.
And what happens when she finally tells Raphe everything?
He is completely floored. Overpowering consternation is the phrase used.
I bet.
He cries out, "Oh, Zulmiera, Zulmiera! What hast thou done?" He gets the danger immediately.
Understands the stakes.
Right. He says, "The lives of hundreds perhaps hang upon my steps." And he leaves her, just leaves her there in despair.
Oh, man. But does he?
He does come back. He can't just leave her like that. He pities her.
Okay.
He tells her to rouse thyself, pull herself together. Promises all may yet be well.
How? What's his plan?
He'll go to the governor, warn him about the attack, but crucially, without implicating you as my author. He won't name her.
Trying to protect her even now.
Yes. Then he gives her a kiss on the forehead and rushes off.
And Zulmiera, what does she do?
She manages to pull herself together, goes home, but with a new idea.
Which is?
She decides she has to find Quanaboa again that evening. Try to convince him his plan is impossible. Try to prevent the effusion of blood, as she puts it.
So she wants to stop it now, after setting it all up.
It seems so. A change of heart, maybe realizing the true horror. Meanwhile, Raphe does what he promised. Warns the governor, doesn't name Zulmiera, and even becomes a scout.
So the English are getting ready.
Oh yeah, preparations are fast.
Yeah.
Ambush is set, guns cleaned. They're just waiting for the moon to rise. The trap is being laid.
And as evening comes, Zulmiera gets restless.
Can't sit still. She slips out of the house again, heading back to that cave.
Alone at night.
Yes. And the legend gives this really vivid, almost dreamlike description of her journey.
Like what?
Thickening gloom, whisperings of the soft breeze, the shrill cry of birds. She's pushing through tangled bushes, leaping over thorny underwood.
Sounds intense.
It mentions specific spots, like a knoll with sharp crystals and poisonous manchineel apples, beautiful and treacherous. It really paints a picture of her heading into darkness, both literally and, metaphorically.
So she gets to the cave. What's happening there?
She reaches the entrance. Inside, there's flickering light from torches made of resinous wood. She sees the Caribs. The text describes their dark countenances and wild costume.
Okay.
Branches are hiding the light from outside, and the ground there forms a sort of rustic amphitheater. Quanaboa sees her.
What does he do?
He introduces her to another chief, Guacangari, and some others. It seems like they were waiting for her to start something.
Start what?
Their solemn dance, a Carib custom before going into battle. It's clear she's walked into something far beyond her control now.
A dance. Tell me about that.
About 20 warriors burst out of the cave. They form a circle around an old woman, Quiba.
And she leads it.
She chants this monotonous war song, something like, "Avenge the bones of your fathers, which lie whitening upon the plain." The men join in. Their movements get faster, more intense. The text says celerity. They're working themselves up into a frenzy.
How so?
They let go of hands, start twirling rapidly, tearing their hair and gnashing their teeth, and they just throw themselves on the ground, foaming with rage.
Whoa. That's visceral. A stark contrast to her initial plan.
Absolutely. This isn't some neat little revenge plot anymore. It's tribal warfare, ritual, something ancient and fierce. It really ramps up the tension.
And Zulmiera's just watching this.
Terrified, leaning against a tree. Then another group comes out. The source calls them savages. They're carrying big calabashes, baskets of huge pieces of baked meats, and bowls of liquids.
A feast before battle.
Seems like it. Quiba grabs a piece of meat, throws it to the warriors on the ground, yelling, "Eat of the flesh of your enemies and avenge your father's bones."
Flesh of their enemies, you mean?
The implication is certainly there. Cannibalism as a ritual practice. The men devour it with savage greediness.
Oh my God. And Zulmiera.
Quanaboa comes over to her.
What?
Harshly, tells her to eat a small piece.
And she does.
She's trembling, but she obeys. Swallows a portion. That act, it seals her fate. It implicates her deeply, whether she fully understands it yet or not.
And Quanaboa knows it.
Oh, he knows. He immediately breaks into this horrid laugh. His eyes are gleaming like the hyenas.
What does he say?
He shouts to Kiba, "Bring forth our present for our queen. Surely she deserves it. Now she is one of us."
A present. That sounds ominous.
Deeply ironic and cruel. Zulmiera is startled. Quiba comes out from a passage in the cave, carrying a small bundle wrapped in red cloth.
Red cloth.
Quiba lays it at Zulmiera's feet with this sardonic grin, and she crooks, "There, lady, that is our first present." Says something about Meboya, their deity or spirit, sending her more.
Meboya again, binding her to this.
Exactly. And Zulmiera feels this irresistible desire to know the worst. She has to know what's in the bundle.
So she unwraps it.
She stoops down. The wrapping feels damp to the touch.
Oh, no.
She loosens the last fold, and a human head rolled upon the ground. She cries out in horror. The torchlight flashes on the face. Pallid features, a blue eye glassed by death, parted lips, cheeks with a deep gash, long auburn hair dabbled with blood.
That's Raphe.
It's Raphe Merrifield's head. She just collapses, sinks senseless to the ground.
I can't even imagine. That's the ultimate betrayal. Her worst fear realized because of her own actions, twisted by Quanaboa.
And worse, they use some pungent herb. She wakes up to pure misery, sees the head again.
Heaven?
Quanaboa whispers to her, his demoniac voice. He tells her, "The food you partook of just now was part of the body of your minion."
No.
Yes, I met him wandering in the copse. I thought he would make a fine sacrifice to my boya.
So she ate part of Raphe. Oh my God.
This revelation, it breaks her, or remakes her. The legend says it changes the fond, loving girl to the disposition of a fiend.
A fiend? How?
Her grief turns into something else entirely. She picks up Raphe's head, gives his bloody lips one long, fervent kiss, wraps it back up, and binds it to her waist. She's preparing to leave.
Just like that. Transformed.
It's instant. Yeah. The trauma is so extreme. Her original revenge plot against the governor. That's nothing now. It's all about Quanaboa.
But he stops her.
Yeah, grabs her arm. "Not so fast, lady." Reminds her of her oath to Maboya, her bargain to guide them.
He's still holding her to the plan.
Even offers to make her queen still, if you will agree to take me for your king instead of the pale-faced boy whose body has served to regale us.
How can he be so cruel?
It's brutal. Zulmiera's eyes flash fire, but she holds it in. She just mutters, "My oath to Maboya. Follow me then."
Using the oath against him.
Exactly. She leaves the cave, completely determined now. Her transformation is absolute. It's not about shared revenge anymore. It's purely personal, deadly focus.
So she leads them, the whole war party.
The whole party, about 80 strong, armed with bows, clubs, spears. And Zulmiera, the half-Carib, is leading them towards Government House.
But she's changed. What's her actual plan now?
She's described as unconscious of pain, darting through the bushes faster than the warriors, borne up by the hopes of revenge.
Revenge against Quanaboa.
Only Quanaboa. She knows the English are ready. She knows most of the Caribs won't survive.
Does she care?
The text says her disposition is completely altered. She feels no compunctious feelings, no remorse at all.
So what's the goal?
Get a dagger, stab Quanaboa, drink his blood, bathe Raphe's head in it, then kill herself. That's it.
Wow, that's incredibly dark and specific.
She even pretends to be afraid of Maboya, just to keep Quanaboa believing she's still on his side. It's chillingly calculated.
And she knows where the English ambushes are.
She must. She carefully leads the party around them.
To protect the Caribs?
No. Because she's afraid someone else might kill Quanaboa before she gets the chance.
Unbelievable. She's protecting her target.
Exactly. Then, as they get near the house, an English scout jumps out, tries to stab Quanaboa.
And Zulmiera.
She reacts instantly, like an infuriated wild animal robbed of its prey. She attacks the scout, wrestles the dagger away from him.
She saves Quanaboa from the English.
To kill him herself. It's the ultimate proof of her obsessive focus. Then she runs off after the Caribs, who are now in chaos, running from the soldiers towards the creek where they left their canoes.
So the attack basically fails immediately.
Completely. Many Caribs are killed. But Quanaboa is still going, and Zulmiera is right there with him.
They make it to the creek?
They do, only to find their escape route cut off. The canoes are a burning mass.
A trap.
And another group of Englishmen waiting for them. They're cornered. The Caribs fight like uncaged beasts.
And Quanaboa?
Still unhurt, swinging his club. But as he turns,
Zulmiera makes her moves.
She approaches him unperceived. One swift blow with a dirk she took, right into his very heart.
She did it.
He drops dead. No groan, nothing. Zulmiera kneels down, pulls the dagger out.
And does she?
Yes. She applies her lips and drinks the warm blood as it gurgled forth.
Oh, man. The ritual vengeance.
And she unties Raphe's head from her waist, looks at it, parts his hair, gives it a last kiss, takes some of Quanaboa's blood, the vital stream, and bathes Raphe's head with it.
And she speaks.
She proclaims, "Raphe, thou art avenged. Thine enemy lies dead before thee, slain by my hand, and thy bride, faithful in life and death, comes to share thy gory bed."
Faithful in death, her vengeance is complete.
Utterly complete. She stands up, looks around at the carnage, dying men, dead men, the English soldiers, the moonlight on the water.
Does she feel anything?
For a second, old remembrances bring tears to her eyes. A tiny flicker, the old Zulmiera.
But it doesn't last.
No. She quickly gets back into her implacable mood. Just then, some of the governor's servants approach to arrest her.
What does she do?
She puts one hand on Raphe's head, on the ground beside her, raises the dirk. The steel glitters in the moonlight,
Then
plunges it into her own heart, falls dead right on top of Quanaboa, to whom she owed all her misery.
Wow. What an ending. The tragedy of Zulmiera, indeed.
And that's where the narrative part ends. But the source adds something fascinating.
What's that?
It specifically links the story to the actual place. It says the scene of this Antiguan tragedy may still be viewed.
Really?
The creek where the final fight happened. It's now called Indian Creek, and the cave is known as Bat's Cave.
So the name stuck, tied to the legend.
Exactly. And it even mentions historical figures. The governor she hated, he supposedly stayed in office until 1660, when Charles II was restored in England and was replaced by a Major General Points.
Okay, that adds a layer of potential reality.
And get this, the name Raphe de Merrifield, not the young fiancé, but his uncle apparently appears alongside Sir Thomas Warner, a major figure in early English Caribbean colonization, on an original land grant signed by Charles III.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, supposedly still visible at an estate in Antigua called Stony Hill. So the legend weaves itself into the real geography and recorded history of the island.
Which makes it much more than just a spooky story.
Right. It becomes part of the cultural memory, maybe a way people processed the violence and complexities of that early colonial period.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening? This deep dive into Zulmiera's tragedy, it's obviously dramatic.
Intensely so.
But it's also a really powerful look at how personal hurt, that great scorn, can spiral into something huge and destructive.
And how deep betrayal can fundamentally change a person, twist them into something unrecognizable.
It really shows the extremes, doesn't it? What the human heart is capable of, pushed to its limits for love and for vengeance.
And it reminds us, too, that legends like this, especially ones tied to real places like Indian Creek and Bat's Cave, they often grow out of real historical events, real human dramas. They're a way for communities to remember and maybe make sense of intense emotions and conflicts, encoding them in these stories passed down through time.
So think about Zulmiera's journey. What parts really stand out to you? Her transformation? Do you find it maybe understandable given the horror she went through?
Or is it just purely chilling, how completely she embraced that darkness?
Yeah. Consider how extreme grief and betrayal can reshape someone, leading them to do things they never thought possible.
What timeless truths about us, about human emotion, about conflict, about justice versus revenge? What might this legend, this tragedy, be trying to tell us even today? Something to think about.